Morning, everyone. I just wanted to show you a really quick resource that I really enjoy here in my classroom. I use it for different things here at school. I think it's a really powerful thing that has a lot of potential impact depending on how you decide to use it. And that's called a QR code. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I generate QR codes. And then we'll talk just briefly about different ways that I use them. Okay, so you can just Google QR code generator, and you'll find a whole list of options. The one that I tend to prefer the most is this one right here, QR code at kiowa.com. If you click on that, it will take you into this little location right here. Okay, so usually what a QR code is, just a web link. That's all that it is. It's going to take you to a very specific website by generating a photo that you can scan with a device or a tablet or even smartphones, or I should say Chromebooks and things like that sometimes have QR code readers on them. So anyway, how you generate this thing, you take the URL that you want to generate and you paste it here into this line. I happen to have a YouTube video that I created here that I'll talk about what I use it for later. So anyway, you paste in your URL there. By default, it's going to have this dynamic setting, and it's going to ask you to join and create an account and all of this stuff. You do not have to do that if you want to use this resource. You just simply switch it over here to static, and then you hit generate. And what it's going to do is generate this thing right here for you, which is a QR code. Okay, and then all that I do is I right-click on that, I copy the image, okay, and then I would come here, which is where I already pasted one, and I would just paste it into a Google Doc, or you could use Word if you like using Word better, and just paste that in. And now you have a QR code that's scannable with smartphones and other devices to take you directly to a website. Okay, you can see that what I did with this one was the other day I set up the speaker system here for our school, and it's got all these different pieces and parts, and we're often confused about what goes where and why. So once I got the system set up and actually working right, I created a short little YouTube video about how it was set up and why things were plugged in where they were plugged in, and then I made this QR code to get to that video, and then I printed this off, I cut this out, and I pasted it directly to the side of the speaker, so that from here on out, anybody who needs to get to that video will just be able to scan it with their smartphone and be directed right there to it. The other thing I've used these for in the past, which I think is really beneficial, is to get to my teacher website. So a lot of times on parent letters home or things like that, I'll put that on there and folks can scan that QR code and get to my website, especially now that lots of parents have smartphones. They really appreciate that sometimes. So anyway, QR codes. Now, the one thing that you may deal with is that you might not have a smartphone or a QR code reader on your smartphone. This is the one that I use. This is called iNigma. It's a QR code reader. You download that onto your phone, and then it just pops up this little image right here. You put the QR code in that box, and it will link you right to wherever you need to go. So there you go, basic little information on QR codes, how to generate them, how to read them on your devices if you don't have the right apps. And there's lots of other ways that you can use them other than what I've talked about here. But anyway, there you go. Play around with that. If you find some benefit, let me hear about it in the comments down below, because that'd be awesome to know that this is being helpful to folks. All right, little poke. Have a great day.